Shaved your head again?
Yep.
That's very close.
Yeah.
It looks good. It's just I don't think I've ever seen you get it that close before.
They just cut it this morning.
You did it yourself?
Yeah.
Nice. Yeah, man. Fuck barbers. What do they know?
Yeah, I don't like talking about sports.
Yeah, they only know how to cut hair properly.
I'm fine. I don't
Do
care.
that shit yourself. Look like Kevin Bacon in Death Sentence.
Or Kevin Spacey in Seven.
That too. You ever seen Death Sentence with Kevin Bacon?
No.
Oh, it's
Oh, is that like a Death Wish movie?
yeah, it's like a reinterpretation of Death Wish. And I mean like they do the normal Death Wish trope where they rape and kill his whole family or whatever. And then or no, I think Death Sentence is a separate book maybe from Death Wish from the guy who wrote that.
Yeah.
I don't know. It felt like Death Wish, but it's with Kevin Bacon, and he shaves his head, and in the behind the scenes, he's like, I had the brilliant idea of being like, no, just let me do it myself because that's what this guy would look like. He wouldn't have like a perfectly manicured shaved head, and honestly, in the movie, it works because he's just got stragglers all over the fucking place. He looks like absolutely insane. So my point is, that's what I imagine the back of your head looks like, Abdul.
No, I'm fine.
We got the new Mr. Peanut in this bitch. What's up, man? How you doing? I heard the other one died. I just didn't know who they were going to replace him with. But it's good of you to be on the podcast. Where's Abdul?
He won't be joining us today. Yeah. Oh man, I was actually listening to a bunch of our old clips the other night, and two things occurred to me. I'll probably end up doing like a super cut of those, maybe, and putting them on YouTube or something. But also, I miss doing this in person so much.
Yeah.
Abdul used to be so much more combative.
He did. Now he just gives up.
Yeah. I was listening to some of them, and you were very much like you were at least like fighting for yourself.
I still do.
Yeah, occasionally, but some days I don't know if you're just like so tired or what. But you're just like, yeah, anyways. You used to call us bitches, man. What happened?
You always catch me on when I get out of work.
That's true. Yeah. Did you have today off? You do seem very alert.
Yeah. Yesterday I went hiking, and that was the reason why I wanted to cut my hair. It was so fucking hot.
Yeah, yesterday must have been the warmest day so far.
Yeah, for sure.
It was up there. Took the dog out to play.
If this is any indication of what the summer's going to be like, god damn.
Yeah. Do you not have AC?
We never had AC.
No. You don't have
you live upstairs too, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, that shit's brutal.
Suck. Yeah.
I have fans. On a hot day, they don't really work.
Push the warm air around.
Yeah, literally what it is. You don't have like a window unit or anything?
I put my fan in the window.
Yeah, but I mean, like, they sell like AC units at the store that you can put in a window.
Yeah.
Okay.
But it's just more of like my dad.
What?
Wait,
dad doesn't. My dad doesn't want the ACs because he doesn't want like the. He's just always the electric bill and all that. I'm like, oh.
The phrasing there just caught me off guard. I was like describing a window unit, and you're like, "That's just more of my dad." And I pictured your dad with like a mouthful of ice cubes blowing on you or something.
Anything for his little boy.
Oh damn. Oh boy, how are you guys?
Good.
That's great.
It's been a decent week.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Anything
I'm
exciting?
excited. I have a like a long weekend this week. I work tomorrow and Tuesday, and then I'm off for the rest of the week.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
What are you gonna do?
Probably catch up on video games.
Nice.
Because I'm almost done with the Surge 2. It seems like I'm almost done. Like I like the game, but it's bad. It's kind of a bad game. It's just only reason I'm playing through it is because it is a Souls like,
Mhm.
and it's like scratching a little bit of an itch. But yeah, it's kind of bad. But it's
Fair enough.
It's gonna do, yeah.
Cool.
And yeah, but other than that, this week is just been video games, really.
Cool. I got my shot.
The first one.
How you feel?
Last Tuesday. That shit, like physically in my arm, hit pretty goddamn hard, but I didn't feel sick or nothing. Yeah, like my shit was wrecked. It was sore like up into my ear.
Oh damn.
Whoa.
Yeah, so I'm like crossing my fingers that was the worst one, but I've heard the second one can really fuck people up.
Moderna?
Pfizer.
The second Moderna fucked me up. Not like fucked me up, but I could tell like I was like achy and shit.
It gave you autism.
Yeah.
Damn. Yeah, I haven't done enough gaming. I downloaded the what do you call it? The deluxe edition of Jurassic World for Misty, so it's got all the DLCs. So she's been bogarting the Xbox again. But
I've never heard that in a long time.
What?
Bogarting.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know. Hogging. What do you want me to do? Put down my thesaurus for a second?
Yeah.
Come and speak with the proles. So she's been playing that, but I tried to get in there and I did play a bit of Zombie Army 4, which was on Game Pass, and that game's pretty fun. It's
that's our free game or free PS4 game for the month.
Oh, nice. Yeah, that one. Download it if you just need something that's like
mindless. No, I played Horde mode a couple of times with some friends, but I haven't played like through the. Is there a story?
Yeah, there's a campaign. It's not bad. It's definitely because I tried to play Sniper Elite a little bit, but it doesn't really do it for me. And this one is literally what was missing from Sniper Elite, just a little bit more chaos and silliness.
Yeah. Sniper, I remember trying to play Sniper Elite when that was the PS4 or PS Plus game. And like I played through the first mission, I was like, this isn't for me.
Just too slow.
Super slow.
The zombies in Zombie Army give it a little bit more. The pacing's a little bit quicker. So it's sort of like a good blend between just like, like a third person shooter and Sniper Elite, because you do need to like stop and sort of like you can get overwhelmed very easily. It's pretty wild. You don't expect it, but they do that. I'm playing on hard, and I don't know if they do it on the other difficulties, but they like resurrect themselves and shit. And that's pretty annoying.
Really?
Yeah, I don't like that, but it's fun. So I might go back into it, but I also downloaded. They put Grand Theft Auto 5 on Game Pass, and
I saw it made a return.
Yeah, I literally have not played that game since the Xbox 360, so I just wanted to see if it would hold up.
That's crazy, yeah.
Wild. That's absolutely insane that you played that on 360.
I know. And they're coming out with supposedly a next gen remaster of it, which they announced before they even fucking announced a Red Dead remaster, which pisses me off so much. Yeah. Like, how hard is it to just like lock the frame rate at 60 and give us the exact same fucking game? That's all I want.
Right.
I'll pay you for it. I will pay you for it. Like I'm completely shameless in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, the graphics hold up surprisingly well. It's no Red Dead 2, but it's still pretty surprising for a game from 2013. So
you were playing like the story?
Yeah. Yep. I just loaded it up just to try to get in there. I was just gonna fuck with it, not like really play it sincerely, but I might. Yeah. So That was really it, though. I definitely want to get It Takes Two or Bowser's Fury this week. I haven't decided.
Oh, Abdul, what happened to A Way Out?
I was busy this weekend.
Oh, you asked me.
Yeah.
It's not like you got busy after I asked you. You asked me.
We'll play it soon.
Okay. Have you played anything this week?
Yeah, I've been. I stopped playing Indivisible and I started playing Oddworld, and it's the game's fine. The game doesn't really. Yeah, it doesn't look that good on PS5. Like the cutscenes look amazing, but the actual gameplay look kind of. It looks kind of like PS4, almost like PS3 era, kind of.
It is a PS4 game.
Yeah, but it's the gameplay is the same.
Have you ever played Abe's Odyssey?
Yeah,
and it's play just like that.
Yeah, it's the same gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, as long as it's the same gameplay, like I'm trying to go into it with like an open mind because I've heard it. People are just like, "It's all right," but I really like the gameplay.
Yeah, I like it too, but it's just like the levels seem longer though. It's just like I remember spending like a good 30, 45 minutes on one level. And it was just like I think that's just like a lot of like the sneaking around.
How many of the what do they call it? Modicans?
Yeah, modicans, yeah. Saved
How many are there?
It says like 300.
It's 300? Oh.
Yeah.
I thought there was 3,000. I don't know where I thought I read that.
Well, I saw 3,000 when I like 300, sorry. Okay. I'm still like in the beginning areas. The game's like the levels are really long.
Does the story ever tell you why his mouth is sewn shut?
The first he says it's like well, I don't want to go into spoilers. So.
Oh, okay, because without knowing for sure, I'm forced to assume it's just because he can't stop sucking his own dick, and they feel they need to put a stop to it. That's actually the
spoiler.
Yeah. Spoils the whole game when you find it out.
The first cutscene is him just like hunched over.
You just hear someone grab his mouth.
We need to put an end to this.
But I've been I played that and I dipped back into Control. Just playing that, just fucking around with that.
You got the regular version?
No, the Ultimate Edition.
We went through
that was on PlayStation Plus, wasn't it?
Yeah. Ultimate Edition. Was that a PS Plus or was it just a regular edition?
Because I distinctly remember seeing because the regular one is on Game Pass and PlayStation kind of upped the ante, I thought, by putting the Ultimate Edition on.
I think you're right.
Yeah.
Because my buddy did buy it when it was on sale. And like 2 days later, it was the PS Plus game. So he pretty much emailed them complaining and they gave him his money back. But yeah, because I think Abdul and I bought it around the same time because it was on sale for like $20 during like holidays.
Yeah,
I remember that. I thought you were just playing the regular version still because you bought that game twice, Abdul.
He did.
Yeah, I did.
Fuck.
But
like, I mean, no shame, honestly. Well, some shame just because of the game. But like I said, like I was fully willing to buy Red Dead again just to play it in a prettier version of it, I guess. I don't know.
Right.
And I also in 2019 bought Skyrim for $60. So who's the real idiot here? So anything else, Abdul?
That's it.
Okay.
I played. Oh well, I played the Rust beta because they brought out a bunch of beta codes for that because it's supposed to come out in May, but based on this beta, I don't know, man. I don't think they're ready. Yeah, like the
Yeah.
servers are super shitty.
Damn.
But what sucks about it is they won't they don't they don't do like PS4 lobbies in the beta. So you're just getting matched with like dudes on PC, and it's like they know what the like some console gamers have never played this game.
Yeah.
So you're just getting matched with these dudes that just know what the fuck is going on already. It's like, all right, this is fun. This is annoying.
Yeah. I don't like crossplay for that reason.
Yeah.
Yeah. It
Yeah, I
bums me
guess I
out.
mean, well, I think crossplay is fine. I just also like the option to not do it.
Yeah, right. Well, and here's
Yeah.
something that I thought was that a lot of people are pushing for crossplay to be based on your controller input. So not what you're playing, not the platform you're playing off of, but what you're using to control the game, whether it's a keyboard and mouse or a controller. So, and I think and I don't know how you're going to be able to do that.
Yeah, that's kind of silly. That's
Yeah.
just taking it too far. Like, if you don't want to play with people on PC, I completely understand. So turn off game or crossplay. But like once you start getting into like what the specific controller that they're using, it's like,
Yeah.
all right, like now you just don't want a challenge at all. I don't
I
know.
guess, well, so like I think the justification behind it is that like sometimes it's more difficult and slower to find a game if you limit yourself to just like, console or your specific console versus opening it up to crossplay, then you can get into a game more easily. But do you want to be playing with people who are on keyboard and mouse when you're on a controller? And I don't personally care, but also it's kind of weird because if you did limit it to controller, how many fucking people on PC are really playing with a controller? So,
Yeah, that's a
Honestly,
good question. Yeah.
well, no, dude, I think a lot. I think a lot of
yeah,
PC players they like people because I mean I watch like videos of streamers and a lot of them use like dual
hmm,
sense, and I mean a lot of people use keyboard and mouse obviously just because that's what
right.
PC is mostly known for. But yeah, some
Hmm.
people just like controller, you know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's
And
true.
the thing about it is like the streamers that do use controller, they're sometimes they're better than people who use keyboard and mouse. So it's just like about
Yeah,
what you want to get better at using, you know?
yeah.
But
Well, yeah,
keyboard
because
and mouse
there's
is just it's just
yeah,
easy. Everybody can be good on keyboard and
right.
mouse, you know?
Yeah. Yeah. Input methods are gay. Let's talk about something else. You're right. Um, so E3 is coming back in digital format. Does that
Yay.
excite any? Okay, apparently Abdul that excites. No, I am also grateful for that because last year was utter chaos trying to keep track of everything.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was all over the place. Like it's so
Yeah.
irritating. And honestly, the only ones that I really care about are gonna be there. They got Nintendo, Xbox, Capcom, Konami, Ubisoft, Take-Two, Warner Brothers. So all the big ones are there. And
Yeah.
that's the only
Uh,
shit that I'm really interested in. And then obviously Sony, but they do fine with their own state of play. So
Yeah.
yeah. I'm interested to see what Take Two is gonna do.
I was gonna say Capcom.
mm,
I know there has to be another fighting game coming out. Like
mhm,
next gen fighting game.
yeah.
So
Did
yeah, I
they
want to.
do? They didn't do that Dragon Ball Z Fighters, did they?
No, I don't know who did that, but it
Mm.
definitely wasn't Capcom.
Hmm.
But
What do you
whoever did that, they showed that they can make a good competitive game. It definitely
mhm.
has its problems, but it was a good start.
What do you think they're gonna do? Do you think they're gonna do another Street Fighter or something else?
They just did Street Fighter. Well, not just did. Obviously, it was fucking also 2 generations ago.
Mhm.
They bring back Night Stalkers.
Yeah, that was one of the plans a while ago, and it got shelved. But the people still think there's a chance of because there was Tekken versus Street Fighter or Tekken Cross Street Fighter. Or wait, it was Street Fighter Cross Tekken was the one that came out on PS3.
Yeah, they're still working on.
Now they're thinking they're gonna go back to doing like Tekken Cross Street Fighter, where it's the Tekken engine but Street Fighter characters.
Mhm.
But who knows? Who the fuck knows?
It could be done because like they put like Akuma in.
And Akuma is one of the top tier characters in that game, so
so it can be done. Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you think there's a place for another Marvel versus Capcom?
No, they fucked up with the last one, so I think it's going to be a while before they do another one.
What was the last one that came out?
Marvel versus Capcom Infinite, yeah. And it was dog doo-doo.
Damn.
Like absolute trash.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Like, compared to Marvel 3,
it was like it didn't compare. You couldn't even talk about them being like the same kind of game.
It was so dumbed down for no reason. I think they were trying to go for casuals, but no.
You can't like Street Fighter 5 definitely went more casual route, but it's still competitive. You still have to be good at fighting games to be good at that game. Like they dumped it down to the point where competitive people were like, I don't even have to try to be good at this game. Like you're literally going down a line of buttons to do combos, and it's like, no, man, that's not what. I mean, that's what Marvel 3 did, but you had to mix it up to like do extended and like high level stuff. But Infinite fucking flopped hard because it was way too casual.
I'm just saying, I would love to see what Take-Two's doing because like in the pipeline they said they were working on the next BioShock, and I want to see what that would be. And
I think that's a far away from being seen though.
Yeah, just like a hint of it would be cool, but
pointless. They might, but that's I hate that.
Okay. And, just see like did they say Rockstar was going to be there? Or?
They haven't, but I think if they are, it'll be in the lamest way possible. What I would love to see from Rockstar is them talking about the Red Dead remaster finally, but I think they'll be there and it will literally just be to announce a final date for the Grand Theft Auto 5 next gen update, which is an absolute slap in the face. But I think they'll do that, and then that's when they'll take Grand Theft Auto 5 off of Game Pass so that they hooked everybody in, and then they can get people to buy it. So what the fuck ever, dude. I mean, it's stupid.
It's getting ridiculous now.
Yeah, as far as whatever else Take-Two's got, I don't know, maybe like their golf game that they're working on.
Oh yeah, I mean that's going to be a big hit.
Who cares? That's actually the name of the game. Take-Two's PGA Big Hit. Take-Two's Tiger Woods is okay again? Question mark. Are we allowed to use him for this?
He seems to have come back very strong.
Yeah, a little bit too strong. So strong that his foot doesn't know how to gauge the pedal on a super vehicle.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was just easing on the gas, but it's all my golf strength made me slam it.
It's from running from all these hoes.
Yeah. Whatever. Was he drunk when he did that, you think?
He said he couldn't. He didn't even know he was behind the wheel. So you on something, baby? I don't know.
That's crazy.
He didn't know he was behind the wheel. The fuck does that mean?
Exactly. You were drunk.
The fuck does that mean? That's
hilarious. Like, Tiger, I don't think you should drive. I'm Tiger Woods.
I don't get that shit, dude. Like I have that bit about it, but people drive drunk all the time. It's utterly crazy. Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
the statistics totally err in favor of just driving drunk. Just do it. You're fine. Like the amount of times that people will do it before getting caught leads them to believe they will never get caught.
Yeah.
It's crazy. Like it finally caught up with my dickheaded stepfather last Saturday. He finally got pulled over and blew fucking 1.2.
Oh
Oh my god.
god.
Yeah.
That is how did he even start the car? How
I
did
know.
he get in the car?
Dude, I know. And you know what? He's like, I think he's a good chunk over 6 foot. And he's like a really big dude. So like, he was just like, he must have just been in the back, just like sipping directly from the raw undistilled liquor for like 3 hours.
Yeah.
There's no way.
Wait, what did you say he blew?
1.2.
Is that possible?
Yeah, that's
Holy
50%.
shit.
That's 50% over the legal limit.
Good lord.
I know. I love it. It's gonna cost so much money. It's so funny to me.
He's gonna have to get a camera installed and
Oh my
put all that
God.
shit in this car.
I hope they have to like make him like instead of like blowing into the thing, I hope he has to like do like a blood test and have it like prick his eye every time. Just the most inconvenient shit.
It has to test his rectum, so he just has to
Yeah.
like sit on the dildo.
Yeah. But he's gotta like face backwards in the front seat. Just it comes out of the fucking steering wheel. It's just a big tongue and it's just scooping out.
Just like waving at the neighbor. Like.
Yeah.
He has to blow too, so it looks like he's getting spit roasted.
Oh yeah.
If they made it that would cut fucking DUIs fucking way down.
Oh hell yeah.
This
dude.
is the machine. Oh shit.
So
this
good.
is the future.
So good. Love it. Yeah. So
video games.
Yeah, no, I know. I hope we also get Suicide Squad at E3. I think we're owed.
Yeah, I hope so too.
It's supposed to only be like a year away, so I want to just know what it is, what it looks like.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
What
let's just see what Nintendo's going to do.
It's not going to be like an Avengers type game, is it?
I think that's kind of what they're going for, where it's definitely geared towards multiplayer, but they're also saying that it's going to be single player focused as well because they really excel at that. I mean, that's what fucking every single one of their games has been. But as long as it's not like single player focused like Outriders is, then I'm fine with that. But if it's like always online single player, trash. Not even gonna touch it. Well, it's stupid. You know what I mean? Like I can't even fucking play this game by myself if the servers are down. Suck my dick. It's so stupid. I'm done with that game. I'm not bothering anymore. Yeah, I didn't even touch it this week. Just said fuck it.
Good. Show 'em, baby.
Well, I mean, like unless in like 4 years or some shit, they just like keep gunning for the, like for improving it and tweaking it. Then it's like fine, whatever. It ended up being okay. But that game is still in a weird space because like it just came out. Like it still has a chance to just completely fucking whiff, but also succeed. And I hate that. Like, cause it's like make the game good. That's your shot. You know what I mean? Why do they get to keep trying to breathe life into it? It's like Avengers is still on fucking CPR, dude. It's crazy. I don't know why they do that.
They just added Avengers to
PlayStation now. Yeah. So go through that whole charade.
Yeah. It's fucking like old school.
Like I had PS Now for a month because like they offered it for $5 a month, so I was like, fuck it, why not? And like right towards the end, they added Avengers, which I didn't even bother with. I wasn't going to ever.
Sure.
and they added this game called The Long Dark, and it's one of those survival games, kind of like
I've heard of that. Yeah.
Stranded Deep or Deep Stranded, whichever way it is.
Yep, I remember that.
And like I always wanted to, I was like, because it never's been on sale. It's always been $20, and they got added to PS Now. I was like, finally, I get to try this game. And it was like, holy shit, I am glad I never bought this game. Because like the reviews were mixed, and usually they are mixed with survival games like that. Because it's just not people's cup of tea. I mean, I understand why, but like this one is like, I like survival games, and this one was fucking trash. It was like, goddamn, like I'm glad I spent the $5 to like test it at least, you know. So it's like $5 in the like down, but at least I didn't pay full price for that shit, and it's just sitting on my console.
Right, and that I mean, that's why I love Game Pass so much, dude. Like, that's literally what I use it for, is like playing shit that like I normally would not fucking play. One cool thing is or no, not cool. Sorry, I was trying to make a different point, and I think I'm tired. So. The one downside is that it's starting to feel like Netflix, where it's like there's a million things to play and you don't want anything to do with any of them. You know what I mean? So whatever, though. I mean, like, I'm glad that like I got in early, because it technically only cost me like $5 a month for 2 years or whatever. So
wow.
Yeah, I mean, I was like, fuck it, I'll just invest in it for now. And it's definitely paid its, maybe not yet, but it will pay itself off, because there is a good amount of stuff on there. But I feel like once they get enough subscribers, it's definitely going to go fully Netflix, and it's just going to be all their first party shit that's just going to be terribly made, because they're trying to pump it out. But whatever. We got 8 minutes left in this half.
Are you gonna make it through the second half, RJ?
I will. Yeah. I'm gonna as soon as we break, I'm gonna go do coke off of the dog's asshole, and then between the stench and the actual drugs, I think that'll keep me awake enough for 40 minutes.
That's the way to do it.
Yeah,
that's the way Abdul taught me how to do it.
Did you guys hear about? Did you guys hear about Intel's chat software?
No.
Why does that sound
like
familiar?
Intel, the computer company?
Yes. They have developed an AI-powered software to filter out toxic slurs in voice chat.
Oh, that's not for me then.
And dude, it is so funny. Like, you got to see this picture. Oh, where is it? Here it is. I'm going to share my screen real quick.
Take your fucking address off.
Yeah, right. I know. Oh my God. Just have like one really racist gamer fucking showing up at my house. Like, how dare you?
It's Frank Hassel.
Who?
It's this guy. His name's Frank Hassel. Like, he's like tries so hard to be like Sam Hyde.
Oh,
like,
God.
But with him, it's actually pretty funny.
Okay. I mean, Sam Hyde used to be kind of funny, and then like
after he got canceled, it was just
he just like leaned into being like, no, I'm actually racist, and it's like, okay, well, this isn't fun anymore, so whatever.
It is like the two other members just kind of left him behind.
I don't blame him, dude. Fuck that. Why would you want to be associated with that nonsense? That is utterly crazy. Okay, here it is. So, oh God damn, fucking
put your email in.
Right? I can't even get the fucking shit up because the Zoom bar is in my way. How do I do this? There we go. All right, I'm trying to refresh it. Here we go. This right here. Oh, come on. Where'd it go? Do you see this?
N-word on or off.
there's literally a binary N-word switch.
Oh my
And
Oh
god.
my god.
But like, I love like if you look, there's the whole like slider scale for everything.
White nationalism. None.
Yeah, like-
same.
So
Some.
Why can't I have a little bit of N-word? Why is it all or nothing? I want that peppered throughout my
N-word
gameplay
is
session.
just on or off.
but
But white nationalism, you're allowed a
I'm
little
like,
bit.
you know what? I'll take a little bit of white nationalism. That's fine.
I feel like we're watching this dude's screen, and it's just everything's odd for him.
Yeah, right. Unreal, dude. Unreal.
Oh, that's selective racism.
Oh,
Yeah.
God.
But you know goddamn well, like the whole point behind that is like that means that software is recording literally everything everyone says, sending it to a server, and then feeding it back out. Just it's like literally like just a recorder over everything so that they can harvest data. Like they'll know everything about you. I mean, ugh. So gross. Like I don't get what is wrong with just turning off your fucking mic or being in a private party. Everyone knows that it sucks.
Yeah, right.
You know? And like report people. That's always, I mean, God knows how much they actually even do with that, but
Yeah.
But still, it's like I just can't imagine installing extra software just to be like, I'm so tired of hearing all the name calling and letting that do the work, which there's no way it's that good at it initially.
Yeah.
Like people are gonna figure out how to like get it through. You know, like they'll figure out a way to say words that start with that right half of the word, middle with one, and then end with it. You know what I mean?
Right, yeah.
They'll find all the loopholes.
They're
Total
just gonna be
bullshit.
Constantly coding past people being clever with racism.
Yep.
It's funny seeing Twitch streamers like they'll just say it's like it's my friend's birthday, knees grow. And I was like, okay, happy birthday, knees grow.
Yeah. That's what I mean. If there's anything more Weasley than a shithead gamer, I'd like someone to show it to me. So whatever. Thought that was worth sharing because that's been in the news cycle. And I was just like stunned by the very bold display of them just having an N-word button.
We hold the power now.
Yeah. Unreal. All right. Well, we can cut this half short by like 2 minutes, I guess. I gotta piss anyways, and then we'll be right back.
Peace.
Bye.
Later. You know, we always say goodbye, and I'm noticing that it's a completely unnoted difference between when we end and then start. I don't put anything in there, so it's just like later. Hey. Really unceremoniously. Oh, and we still didn't intro ourselves. I apologize. Thank you for joining us today.
So here we go. This is what we do. We start the second half by introing the podcast and just continuing the episode as normal. And then you just fucking flip it and we don't say bye at the end of that one.
Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah, that'll work.
So the episode just sounds fucking completely disjointed.
Yes, yeah. You remember I did that, right? Like I accidentally uploaded like the same half twice one week.
Yeah.
So it just like started and then it would start it again just with the same 40 minutes. And I was like, oh, I gotta go back and fix that. And then I never did. So no. All right. Nobody say goodbye. Hello and welcome to Play With Yourself podcast, everybody.
Yes, welcome.
Yeah, my name is RJ McCarthy, and I'm joined by Abdul Hadi.
What's up?
And Justin Jackson.
Hello.
And how was your guys' week?
It was good.
Yeah?
Good.
Yeah, played a lot of video games.
Oh, cool. Good.
Yeah.
Boy, I can't wait to catch up with you fellas. After,
over this next hour and a half.
yeah. Oh boy. All right. Well, anything pop up in the news cycle that you guys want to talk about? I got the E3 thing and the Intel thing in there, but
Deathloop.
oh yeah,
That-
Deathloop being delayed.
Yeah.
Which
mean,
is
is
like-
anybody surprised?
No.
Honestly.
No.
I don't anticipate any game they've told me is coming out this year is actually coming out this year until it comes out.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't even like I don't think Horizon's safe at all.
Yeah.
Definitely not God of War, but I also think they insulated themselves a little bit with God of War for some plausible deniability because they only put the year 2021 on there, which obviously you're going to think is a release date.
Right.
But I think they very well could have just meant it for this is when you'll see more, or that's how they'll try to spin it, you know?
Yeah.
So who knows? But neither one of them is coming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
That's why I don't get fucking excited about these fucking games.
yeah.
Like if it's like the week before it's coming out, then it's like, oh shit, we
Right.
could play this week. But
Yeah.
other than that, it's like stop with the bullshit. Because most
Right.
likely when like just like Cyberpunk, when it finally comes out, I'm just gonna judge it harder.
Mm-hmm.
Like, oh,
Yeah.
so this is the delayed game we got? Cool.
Yep. And I think a lot of them are being like extra careful because of Cyberpunk and how much they
Yeah.
were in the news cycle. I don't think any of them are. Most of the games left to come out this year haven't as much to worry about just because of how much the CD Projekt Red hyped Cyberpunk. It was that much
Right.
more of an ass showing, but I don't know. Like that's a second delay for Deathloop, which I don't necessarily think is indicative of how it's gonna turn out, but it is definitely indicative of these developers just like not knowing ever when they're gonna be finished with their own game. It's so weird.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, what makes now different from the launch window? What makes September different from the delay? Like, what are you getting out of those extra few months? There's not a whole lot of transparency. They just say like, oh, we're working out a few more kinks and stuff. And it's like, honestly, that's not good enough for me anymore because I want to know
Right.
what you're doing and why. Like, and I don't, you don't have to tell me, but at the same time, don't keep asking me to be excited for it and telling me reasons to be excited for it.
Don't tell me a release date. If you're gonna
Yeah,
tell me
exactly.
a release
Exactly.
date,
Yeah.
you're gonna tell me why it's being delayed or what
Yeah.
the kinks are, or if you were ever gonna be ready during this time. Are you just giving me a date just to appease me? Don't appease me. Let me know when the game actually is gonna come out. You know?
Yeah, just shut the fuck up and work.
Let
on
me
it.
know. Let me know a month beforehand. Like, hey, Deathloop is coming out in 1 or 2 months, and then I'll be like, oh shit, okay.
They
Then
just
you're
can't. Yeah.
they're like,
Don't do it like a month before.
at this point it's delayed a year, so it's like, fuck
Mhm.
you, man.
So dumb.
It's very
Yeah.
dumb.
No, whatever. So probably the most catastrophic thing ever happened this week in
What's that?
in the world of gaming. 1% of all RuneScape players have been locked out of their accounts for a full month.
Oh my god.
Wow. I'm sorry. They released that game for mobile devices,
Oh, really?
and like the screenshots they show for it, it's like, dude, it's fucking 2021. Like, why are you playing a game that looks like that still? It looks
People
like
love it, man.
dog shit. Yeah, it does. They do, but
It's so weird.
I remember that game for like I played it for free on Newgrounds.
I don't
And,
even know what that is.
Newgrounds?
oh wow.
Newgrounds is small
Wow.
school flash game shit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Animations and all that, yeah.
Yeah. Very, very hypersexual a lot of the time too.
Very much so.
Yeah.
Good times.
Dude, were you guys around for M Player?
No, I don't
And
think
Why does
so.
that sound familiar?
M Player, and then it eventually turned to GameSpy. It
I
was
remember
like
GameSpy.
Yeah, I
it was
remember
like
that.
a PC game launcher kind of.
Mm-hmm.
They had a bunch of like they had like Quake. That's how I played Quake when I was a kid through M Player to like matchmake with people.
Nice.
And but they also had like because my mom used to use it all the time because they had like spades and hearts on there, and she could play with other people.
Mm.
But yeah, you guys, yeah, that's like way. I think that's before you guys' time, or before
Yeah, I was
RJ's
born
time.
in 1998, so
When
I'm
you
a
said
zoom.
that, I was like, it sounds weird, but my sister was born in '97, so
Oh
it's like
damn.
not out of the realm of possibility. But
No,
I know
I'm
you're
nine.
older than my sister.
I'm 92, baby. I'm on the tail end of millennials, right where that
Yeah,
that breaks off or starts to.
yeah, because you're definitely not Gen Z. That's a whole different breed of people, I think.
No, yeah, and it's funny because like there is like a weird like blending of all that shit, like because like a 49-year-old person is not a boomer by any stretch of the
Right.
imagination, but they also like firmly believe they are and act like it and get offended at the concept of it a lot of the time.
Right. Yeah.
So it's just strange because like you hear some talk and people will say like, oh, millennials range in ages from 17 to 44, and it's like what?
Yeah.
No, that's two different generations right
Yeah,
Yeah.
there.
like there's no real like it's all just bullshit. It doesn't really
Yeah.
because it doesn't like it doesn't account for actual like familial generations because it can't because that's so different because you can have really young and really old parents,
Right.
like Misty's mom is roughly the same age as my grandmother, and
Oh
my
shit.
mom is like the same age as her sister, so it's like it just depends.
That's crazy.
Yeah, you can have two generations,
Right.
two social generations of children, from the
Yeah.
same sets of parents.
Yeah, my
So
grandma, like, she had 9 kids,
your
and
grandma was a Zoomer.
yeah, and
She was jeweling and posting TikToks.
yeah, it's yeah, my uncle, he's like in his early 40s.
Oh wow, you have an uncle the same age as you?
Yeah, I don't fight anymore. I do realize that now. You broke me.
Yeah, that's so sad.
No, it's not.
Get your strength up, buddy. Gotta go drink a glass of raw eggs before the podcast. Get in fighting shape.
I'm good.
Oh, fine. I'm gonna pull my own punches.
Yeah, fuck you, you fucking four-eyed fuck.
There we go.
Yeah, that's
Yeah,
it.
There we
fucking
go.
can't.
That's what,
Look at that.
Every fucking Sunday I see that shit-eating grin. Hope you fucking die.
Na-na-na.
And no one finds your fucking body and your dog eats your fucking face. They can't recognize the only way they can recognize you is through silly shit.
The eye of the tiger. Come on, Abdul. Got this, baby.
I love you.
Damn.
I'm just kidding.
I'm just a big ass Russian taking punches. Like, oh.
But I saw something else. Possibly Kojima might be working with Xbox, which they might be publishing his next game, which is cool. I don't mind it.
Yeah.
I've seen like people online going crazy, and someone like summed it up. It was like, you guys acting like you worked on the consoles, and I couldn't stop laughing about that. It's like, that's true. But it's like I wonder if it's like Sony, like they looked at Death Stranding is like, yeah, we gave you too much freedom.
So interestingly, some more profits, so like some more like stuff was posted about Death Stranding, and I guess it made $27 million on PC.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think it kind of like between that and like Horizon.
What was the budget on that game though?
Yeah, I don't even want to know.
Yeah.
It had to be in high. There's
'Cause
no
it's
way.
like you're talking about
Hundreds of
like
millions.
not like let alone development, just like what Norman Reedus and Guillermo del Toro, was he on that?
Yeah.
Did he
Yeah.
Was
direct that?
well, no, he was just
No.
his character. His character model was in it. His like likeness was in the game, but
Oh, okay, that's silly.
well, it's like Mads Mikkelsen and that chick
Right.
that was in the last Bond movie. She was in it, and all these like this useless star power, just like could like create something new, like create another like Solid Snake kind of character.
Well,
like I don't care.
That's and this can lead to another interesting discussion too about Sony, but you know, I mean, look at Troy Baker and Ashley Johnson. I mean, they're
great.
Yeah, I mean, they fucking straight up murder it in Last of Us. Troy Baker does great ever. I mean, he's the new Nolan North.
Right. What happened to him? What has he been doing?
Nolan North, he's still out there. I just don't think he's
in his shadow.
Popular. Yeah, I mean, yeah, because I mean, he's also older and he kind of like sounds older too. So I think that's probably working against him as far as being handsome, younger, white male protagonists in video games.
Yeah.
You probably see him as a lot more people eating pedophiles, like he was in Last of Us.
Dave.
Yeah. So the thing that I'm pulling up says Death Stranding cost $100 million. And yeah, so I would say if, you know, I mean, even if it made like 200 million total, ooh, I don't think that's what they were hoping for.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, I'm sure it's still making money, but
true, yeah, but it's just like we give like someone like Kojima like full reins. I was like watching something on YouTube about like stuff that he wanted to do in like in his video games. And I remember like one of his like first games is called Snatchers. And he wanted like to have the disc like where like when like the console's heating up, it like emits the smell of blood because of like something on the disc. And it's just like, of course Konami's gonna say no to that.
Why? What's the point of that?
Yeah, it's just like this, like what you think immersion is fucking weird.
Yeah, you know, it keeps me really immersed in engaging story and gameplay.
Exactly. It was
something he doesn't seem to be able to consistently do.
This is like Metal Gear 5. I didn't really enjoy it that much, but it was just like it was too much.
I never finished it, but I put probably at least 10 hours into it. And at the time, I was like, wow, this is the most intuitive stealth gameplay I've ever played. And then I played Last of Us 2 and realized that it doesn't hold a candle. Not to say that Last of Us is the apex of stealth gameplay. You know, you can argue that more sim-focused games like Hitman or Splinter Cell do that better, but just the raw, organic feeling of it that it was clear that Metal Gear was trying to go for, just is totally outclassed by Last of Us 2, I think. Was
Metal Gear trying to go for that, though? Like, if you talk about the older Metal Gears, I would say yes, but
I'm only speaking to 5. I'm
about to say 5. It seems like way more arcadey and like not trying to be that than actual. It's just like other Metal Gear games.
Yeah, it tried to differ itself from what it was, and if I played like Peace Walker, because that's where it started, and I think I would have enjoyed these games more, but I didn't enjoy 5 or Ground Zeroes. Or Zero Mission. I don't know.
Yeah, no. I played the prequel one. Yeah, I played that. And then I got like a bit of a bite into the 5th one, but I don't know, man. I mean, like as far as like I don't like hardcore stealth games. They don't appeal to me because I guess it just kind of feels boring after a while. Like I think that's why I don't like Hitman that much. But I definitely appreciate like stealth gameplay, and I think when you're talking, I guess I don't know. I mean, maybe I just have a casual taste in that or whatever, if you want to put it that way. And I think Last of Us 2 just does it better than any other game I've ever played. But prior to that, it was Metal Gear 5, just because it did feel. It's just the way it feels. Do you know what I mean? Like when you're controlling the character, how it's about like your input versus what happens on the screen, and how accurate that is. You take older games and you just like it's less refined. So you go backwards, you're going backwards. You go forwards, you're going forwards. With that level of control, when you're just like sort of eking back on the stick and they're just backing up instead of full on turning around and walk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Not really.
It's like when they're on the ground and like, like they're just kind of like backpedaling because you're only putting in that level of input.
Like Chrome.
Yeah. I mean, there's other examples, but that's one of the best ones, I think. That just feels so good. And that's something that both Metal Gear 5 and Last of Us did, because once I think once you alter the sticks more, it becomes a different action and a different animation.
Right.
And I think that sort of like level, and there's a word that I'm missing here, but fuck it.
Okay.
Statement ended. Speaking ceased. Point made? Unclear, but
question mark.
Yeah.
I saw I like all the stuff with Sony this week. Like,
yes.
Like Jason Schreier, fucking. I just don't like that guy, but he does do some good journalism.
Yeah, no, I mean that's his thing. He's an outraged writer. He just writes things to bait people, and that's one thing that I guess I have in common with all the gamers who love rape and racism, is that I don't like Jason Schreier. But yeah, they I don't know if you saw it, Justin. He posted an article, and the headline is so intentionally inflammatory, but it's Sony's obsession with blockbusters is stirring unrest within PlayStation Empire. So
it's just like,
without reading it, you're already like, ugh,
So what is it? What was it trying? What did he try to say?
It's basically implying, that
Sony's moving away from smaller studios to make more blockbusters.
They seem to be turning their back on gaming or whatever.
I just don't think that's true, because Sony fucking loves indie games.
Yeah, dude, they financed a remake of Demon's Souls.
Right, yeah.
A full-blown remake, and then put it front and center as the first next gen exclusive.
All right.
Like, that's crazy.
It's like, oh, they don't love like smaller studios. Like, why is Kena like that game? Why are they putting that on there?
They're pushing the shit out of that, yeah.
Yeah. And like all these people are like, who's been with the company with the Japan studio are leaving. Like they're restructuring. A lot of like video game companies do that. Like, I don't know, it's just.
So the earlier news that came out this week, separate from this, moreover, was, I think it was to the effect of how things looked under Sean Layden, where he was like addicted to remakes. And but that's not the case. And because he's not in control of the company in the same way anymore. You know what I mean? And now it's Jim Ryan's
still
the
with
CEO.
Sony?
I don't know that he is. I don't believe he is. He likes to remain relevant and talk about. He makes predictions about Sony, but it's like, you don't fucking work there anymore. You're not, just because you did.
It's like that Pachter guy.
Which guy?
His name's like Pachter or something. He always like says like, oh yeah, like the PS5 is going to be like $800. It's like, shut up, you old fool.
there's a million of those, and some of them are hilarious because they're like half the Twitter accounts with 48 followers that have an anime character as their profile pic make predictions on gaming, and you're like, wow, I bet this is based in reality. Whatever.
Yeah, fuck those profiles.
Yeah, but he wanted to do. Sean Layden wanted a remake of Last of Us, and this is like in 28. No, earlier than that even.
Oh, yeah. Really?
Yeah, I think it was earlier than that. So it'd be like, I don't remember, but that's something that they were pushing and like had like a studio like working on and stuff. And it's like, that seems
retarded. We don't need that.
Yeah, and I don't really understand how they know what the intent was behind it or what the situation was, but you know, when you point those little things out about this company, this global corporation that is so much bigger than just the sum of its parts, and you point to those things and say it's indicative of whatever trajectory they're headed, that's so stupid.
Yeah,
it's not, you know, it's not the case at all. And I think that Sony is doing it right, and the other assessments of them, you know, where they're like the, you know, they're like the cinematic, they're like going to the movies of video games versus the Netflix of video games. Yeah. And you kind of see where that line is because you have Xbox on one side of it and Sony on the other. You have this pure sort of high quality, almost Apple-like experience of you get what you pay for with Sony, and then just quantity over quality with Xbox.
I thought that would have been the other way around. I thought the Xbox would be like more the Apple comparison.
I guess from like an actual like corporate structure with, you know, and they're them trying to push themselves as a service business. Sure, you could make that comparison because that's where a lot of Apple's money lies, is with shit like iCloud and Apple Music and all that. But I think if you look at purely just like the wow factor of the type of products they make, you know, like you look at the PS5 physically and it just looks and feels like a next generation console. You know, it doesn't seem like this incremental upgrade. You look at the Series X and it's like, yeah, it looks new, but it also like, it's just a fucking box you play games on, and it doesn't even have there's no traditional naming with it, so it's just called the Series X. There's nothing to differentiate it to the layman from, you know, the Xbox 360, even
One X, or
especially that. And it's, you know, but with Sony, it's just so much more impactful, you know, PS4, PS5, and it just makes sense. And then you have the games like, you know, The Last of Us, like God of War.
Yeah.
I mean, these are these experiences that are worth $70 now.
Yeah.
You know, that you wouldn't
like. I hugely agree. It's like my favorite part of that article is when like they said that Sony rejected a sequel to Days Gone, and then seeing all these people saying like, "Oh, they should have made one." It's like, don't treat like this game was a fucking masterpiece,
dude. Don't like, I think I told you guys before, I'm in this gamer group on Facebook, and people in that group talk about Days Gone like it was one of the greatest games of the past decade, and I'm like, yo, I tried to play that shit 3 times. Just thinking maybe I was wrong. It's just not a fucking good game. I'm sorry. Like if you like Days Gone,
left it in RJ's car so I can never get it again.
If you like Days Gone, good for you. But it just seems like it's being bits and pieces of other good games, and it's just never delivering itself. I don't understand the love for that game. When they said they rejected a sequel, I'm like, fucking good. Maybe they can work on something better, you know?
Yeah, it's just like, of course they're gonna. Like, that game had a long, rocky development, and like, I don't know what the budget was. They don't want to go through that again.
And also, man, like games like that, if there's gonna be like a big budget game, you gotta care about something in it. Like the gameplay wasn't there for me, but the characters were almost invisible. You could have played that game with an unnamed character, and it would have been the same for me.
Yeah.
Like they give you like this little bit of the story of like this guy who lost his fiance. Maybe?
I mean,
What?
the actor who plays him, he's so plain. He might as well just be first name unnamed, second name character.
Yeah, it's like
The only
man,
other
I don't understand it. Go ahead.
the only character I remember was like some guy named Bruiser because he got his arm like burnt up by like some cult people. But that was like in the first hour of the game.
Yeah, and then like you want to do your next mission here, drive fucking 20 minutes real time to it, and you're just like,
Yeah. I hope you
Fuck
don't run out of
this.
gas.
hope you don't run out of gas, or hope you just don't get stopped every 5 fucking seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck that game. Fuck Days Gone. This is a Play With Yourself podcast official statement. Fuck Days Gone.
Oh man, I'm glad that was the official statement and not something that should have been run by everybody first. Play With Yourself official statement regarding women. Listen up, bitches.
Yeah.
No. Yeah, man. I mean, like, it's funny. It's like damned if you do, damned if you don't half the time, because like honestly, you have the makers of a console and what is quality first party software. Like I cannot think of a game or games that have come out day one more polished than anything Naughty Dog pukes out, or any of their studios, really. I mean, how broken and unplayable were parts of even Ghost of Tsushima when you guys played it?
Right. It was
And that's a
it was
new
great.
IP.
It was perfect. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing goes for Horizon or, God of War. I mean, God of War, for all intents and purposes, might as well have been a new IP because of how back to the drawing board they went for it.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. Exactly.
I mean,
yeah, that's a good point. I never even thought of that.
Yeah.
That was like completely different than
oh,
the
hell yeah.
previous games.
Yeah, they said sayonara, David Jaffe, and just did their own shit with it, and it was incredible.
Yeah. Or even like Demon Souls, that being like a launch title and like a complete rebuild. Like there was nothing wrong with that fucking game. Like it was just completely playable. And
yeah,
like,
but it's causing issues within their empire. Like I don't know if it's just like you can't look at the way that employees feel and hear the way they talk about it, or see like all the the leavings, the comings and goings, not ignore that. I get it. But at the same time, it's like, gaming is fucked as a whole from the employee perspective. Devs get screwed, and that's just the way it is. So they either are choosing to be there because they want to make great games, or because the money's good, which everything I've read says you're way better off working at any other software company as a software dev than a game company. So
yeah,
they clearly want to be there, and I'm not saying, I'm not defending corporations or crunch or anything like that. I'm just saying, like, to say that it's problematic with their projects, it's like, who doesn't want to be on the team that makes the next big Sony IP?
I know.
Right.
You know what I mean? Like that seems to me like a slap in the face to them, to say like, oh, those poor developers having to deal with making literally the modern day classics,
the cream of the crop of gaming.
It's just a weird take.
Well, you get like people like fucking Jason Schreier who comes in, he thinks he's blowing the lid off of something that he himself probably doesn't know anything about.
No, yeah, he's you take it. I mean, he's getting some of it from the horse's mouth when he's getting it from these people who actually work there. But at the same time, it's like, that's like taking the Last of Us leaks and all that stuff from the guy who supposedly worked at Naughty Dog as gospel. And it's like,
well, also like he has this fucking take from like like all the stuff we mentioned before, but also a company that proudly put out bug snacks. Like, there's there's in between. There's in between with. Go ahead.
I think the delineation between that and like Sony's, because that's not an actual like Sony first party game. Do you know what I mean? Like that's not like a Sony owned studio that made that.
But
I think that's
it was on 2 of their state of plays. You know, like they want to show this game. Well, also like not like all the indie studios. They're not Sony studios, but Sony is excited to put out like Little Devil Inside and Stray and all of these like small games coming out. Mm-hmm. Like they want that. They're not like hiding that fact, you know.
And I think one of the biggest proponents that stands even taller than those is Astro's Playroom.
Right.
Because that's literally you know, like an experimental game to show off their hardware and all that. I mean, it's almost like an ad, I guess, but at the same time, it's like,
it's true. Yeah.
They still held the quality up, and it's like, that's not a AAA fucking cinematic masterpiece. Like,
and they've been doing that shit. They've been putting out games like that for years, just experimental shit like that.
Yeah.
Cause Abdul, you remember the game Eye of Judgment?
Yeah. Yeah,
like, dude, like they just constantly put out shit that just may work. Some gamers love it, but it's not gonna make them big money.
Yeah, it's like if they didn't care, we wouldn't see like all those like indie games in the last like state of play, like Sifu, like Solar Ash, or any of those games. It's like if they didn't care, then why would they put it in there? They'll just put fucking teasers for their blockbusters.
But just so we're not missing the whole point of the article, I think the big complaint is that that's not where they're investing their first party resources. You know, they might be putting their money there and their reputation there, but that's not what they're pointing at their devs and telling them to make all the time.
Who the fuck cares?
So, I'm not against, I'm just saying like that's what they're trying to say.
Where's Microsoft putting their money?
That's totally true, but I think that it's less of a criticism. It's not like it's praising Microsoft or anything, because Microsoft. No,
I know that, but like all of these companies, they put their money where they want to put their money, and we still get quality games from both companies. So what the fuck is he talking? This guy, I don't know shit about him, and I don't like him as well, Abdul. Like, what the fuck are you talking about?
Yeah, like, that's what I mean.
They're gonna put their. It's not like they've just been putting out like lackluster shit. We're still getting like all different levels of gaming.
Hell, so we're getting a new IP later this month.
Yeah,
it's like.
Yeah, I don't know.
This is a idiot. Yeah, no, but this is a quote from the article.
It's a jabroni.
And this is what he reports from being told by the developers. And it says, last week, Sony reorganized the development office in Japan, resulting in mass departures of people who worked on less well-known but acclaimed games such as Gravity Rush and Everybody's Golf. The company has informed developers that it no longer wants to produce smaller games that are only successful in Japan. So I don't know what the veracity of that is. I don't know if that's true or what, but that's, I think, what he's trying to point out. And I think maybe it's just his take is wrong, because it's framing it like that's a bad thing.
Right. And it's like who's going to play Everybody Loves Golf? No offense, but who the fuck plays? No.
Did you play Gravity Rush 2?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, they see people aren't playing these games, maybe in Japan, the point being, but it's like, no, yeah, they want to develop for a wider audience. I don't know.
Mm-hmm. Whatever. Like, they should. Like, hell, like they can still do that and play, like, make niche games, and they still do that.
There's room in the market. I mean, it's the most massive media market in the world. Like, to say that them focusing on something different is eliminating that stuff from the world is such a fucking myopic take. It's stupid.
Yeah.
Like, it doesn't make any sense, because then in the same breath, or well, rather the next paragraph, he brings up the rejected Days Gone 2 pitch. And it's like, those aren't even comparable.
No.
Like, to say that Days Gone 2 is suffering the same fate, it's like Days Gone sucked. So why would they greenlight the second one? And to say it sucked even is an overstatement, because it more just wasn't, I mean, it was mediocre as shit. But if that's the worst Sony puts out, it's just,
if they're gonna reject the pitch for Days Gone 2, Days Gone wasn't a cheap game. Like they put some work into that shit. And yeah, if they rejected a pitch, it's because it didn't do well.
Right.
It's a blockbuster title that didn't do well. And it's not like they were gonna make Days Gone 2 smaller. It was not like they were gonna regress. They're just like, no, we're done with that game.
Yeah, man.
So,
I mean, they go where the money is. That's what all corporations do. I mean, maybe it's not the right thing, but I mean, it's not like it's a great loss to the world that we didn't get Days Gone 2. And they have Bend working on another new IP.
And they just announced
They're
that
still giving them a chance to do other stuff. Just try again.
They just announced that like their London studio is making a new IP. It's
what is wrong with that? You know what I mean? Like that's exactly what you want. You want to see them trying new shit.
Like Sony's giving these studios chances, and people are just looking like at Days Gone 2. Days Gone 2. Like,
of all games to like fucking hit your horse to, like
these are the same people who are saying that, oh, we should, like, Zack Snyder should make a Justice League 2. No, the fuck he shouldn't. God, man.
Well, you know that's gonna happen
shit
now.
Film. That was a dog shit movie.
You didn't like the second half either?
Nope. I liked some of the earlier stuff more, just because it did look crisper. Like some of the CGI was real good, like you were saying. And then after that, I was like, this is mostly the same movie, just with a bunch of extraneous. I'm watching all of the deleted scenes from a movie I hated.
Yeah, and like the aspect ratio almost burned my TV. Like, come on, man.
I thought that was okay. That was interesting.
No.
No. Yeah, whatever, dude. That shit was garbage, and that's probably why Autumn killed herself. Anyways, guys,
he had to.
Yeah,
we were almost in the clear.
I could not.
We
next
week's
go now,
guest is Zack Snyder.
Yeah. Oh my God. Yeah. Me and Zack Snyder physically fight in the ring. That's coming soon. The RJ versus Zack Snyder UFC match. Uwe Boll is reffing.
Oh my God! I haven't heard that name in years.
All right, let's sign off. We're gonna get cut off.
All right.
Plugs.
Choco Bear Gaming on Twitch.
Oscar winner Sean Penn Instagram.
All right, and Zach, you can find me at 500. No, I'm kidding. You know what? Listen to the earlier episode. Watch the YouTube. Then you'll find my address. Come at me, Mr. Snyder.
See you guys.
Bye.
Don't call anybody.